Good morning. It is 6:42 a.m. on Tuesday, October 4th, 2016. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, my evening last night was mostly taken up with self-pity after I uh, whacked my elbow really hard on a pole on the bus yesterday. I was trying to move to a newly available seat, and as I was sitting down, the bus driver started moving again, and I went thwank, and it really, really, really hurt. So, like, it hurt more than just like when you stub your toe or good timing, Lena. Um, so basically, it hurt enough and in a way that I was a little concerned. Like, I could still move it, so I didn't think it was, broken. But it did make me think that it was maybe more than just like, ow, I banged it and it hurts. So I was basically spent the evening kind of doing, the first aid things for it, like, rest, ice, compression, elevation, holding it over my head, like, and then put an ice pack on it. Took a lot of ibuprofen. Was just basically spent the evening trying not to move it too much. It was definitely swollen, not to an extreme degree, but that's not necessarily an indication of anything because I have legit broken bones before, and those didn't really swell very much either. So it's really just something that seems like maybe for whatever reason I don't swell up as much as some people do when with broken bones. So I was concerned, but as the evening went on, I was just sort of it seemed like it was better. And this morning, like, there's still parts of it that are tender, but I can move it fine. It doesn't really look like anything. It's a little bit reddish right here in a way that it's not normally, but I think I'm okay. Like, the part that is seems to be bruised is like the sort of when you feel your elbow and you can feel where the different parts of the bones are. It's kind of like it's like bruised in between there, like in the soft tissue there. That's where it hurts. So that was irritating. But I think I'm okay. I'm not gonna go get an X-ray or anything unless it seems like it's continuing to persist in a way that doesn't feel just like it's a ordinary healing bruise. In other news, today I'm taking Luna to the vet. She's going to get her teeth cleaned. So hopefully that won't be too traumatic for my little dog. Um, I mean, I don't think it'll be too traumatic because she'll be asleep for it. But it is one of those sorts of all day things, and, she'll be probably a little groggy when I pick her up after work. But, we'll see. It's important. Good, good tooth health for my little dog. And then, what else? Oh, I remember. The other thing I was just going to mention is that because in my attempt to not move my arm around too much last night, I decided to watch a bunch of TV. What I was planning was that I would watch the first episode of HBO's new Westworld series, which I've been eagerly anticipating, and then watch a few episodes maybe of Luke Cage. But then what I ended up doing is watching a few episodes of Luke Cage and then a few more episodes of Luke Cage. I'm really loving that show. I'm up through episode 5. So I've watched 1 through 5. 6 is the next one. And I didn't get a chance to watch Westworld yet. I'm still planning to watch that one, but I'm really loving Luke Cage. I liked him a lot in the Jessica Jones series as well. I mean, there's the moment where we've first been introduced to what he can do in that series, and there's just this line, which is just a setup for a sex scene. but he was basically just he's just demonstrated with a circular saw that his skin is super tough, and he just says, "You can't hurt me, I'm unbreakable." And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I like this guy. I like this guy. That seems like a good prelude for a sex scene. And anyway, so like I loved him so much in that series that I was really excited to see him get his own series, and it has not disappointed so far. I'm really enjoying it. So, yay, Netflix's Luke Cage, and boo my camera software briefly freezing, making it uncertain to me whether it's recording properly or not. Anyway, that's all I've got for this morning, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.